Welcome to the Academic Success Center's video podcast. Today, we're going to talk about note-taking. Note-taking is an important skill for college because it assists students in retaining information from their classes. Did you know that if you don't take notes, you are probably going to forget at least 60% of the lecture information within 2 weeks? There are several note-taking methods that can be used in a college class setting, and one of the most used methods is the outline method. This is an adequate method for recording information, but when time comes to study for a test, the notes are not as organized and useful as they could be. As a matter of fact, it can waste time. In order to implement some effective study methods, the student will need to transfer the information from their notes into a format that is useful for studying, such as making flashcards or rewriting notes in an organized format. In this video, we will discuss 3 things that are important for students who want to take the best notes possible. The 3 things are how to streamline note-taking, how to take notes that double as effective study tools, and how to know what to write down during a lecture. A particularly useful note-taking method is the Cornell Method. The advantages are the Cornell note-taking helps you to take more organized notes. It is a highly efficient, time-saving system. There's no need to recopy your notes after class. It is especially useful for reviewing and studying for tests. As you can see, there are 2 columns here. The right column is the larger of the 2 and is used in class for taking notes. The left column is the key to making the system work as a study tool. This is where you will either write cue words or questions to accompany the notes on the right. Correctly using the cue column will give you a ready-made study tool. It is similar to having an index for your notes because it adds an element of organization to your notes and helps you to review and find specific notes. Or you can use the notes in a way similar to using flashcards. Cover up the main section on the right and try to recall the key concepts listed on the left. Then cover the key concepts on the left and conduct a review again. Or some students prefer to phrase the left column notes as questions. But how does a student know what to write down? It is impossible to write down every little detail, so it is important to attempt to discern what the most important information to record is. When you are attending a lecture, watch and listen carefully for cues that will tell you what your instructor considers to be important. Some of those types of cues are if an instructor emphasizes a point,
would be those chemical messengers called neurotransmitters.
Says this is important.
But I also want to point out too an important messenger or system.
Writes something on the board, repeats him or herself.
And as I mentioned previously, those 3 functional units, the dendrites that receive
or gives definitions.
Introduce some terminology here. The functional unit of the nervous system would be the neuron. That's the basic cell type that carries out the communication.
Use the Cornell Method and you will take the best notes in your class.